Hello, I am Ama and I'm here today to give my overview of the Ranger class. So the Ranger is a class that uses bow and arrow and is mostly range, but also has a few close range abilities such as kicks and dagger stabs or slashes. So it's a class that deals ranged type of damage, and before you tell me, well duh, what I mean by that is in Black Desert there is three types of damage. There is melee damage, magical damage, and range damage. So this is something I explained before. You have several types of potions or buffs that increase one or the other types of damage, and there is also different types of defenses. So this is why I say it's range damage, because even the melee abilities rely on your range attack stat. So with that said, before we go over some of the main core of the class, I would like to give a quick description of the skills I currently have. So we'll get started with the basic attack, which is this one. So this is one of the attacks that you will be using the most in the game, since it gives back some EP, which is the energy resource used by the Ranger, and it does a decent amount of damage. So upgrading its ability allows you to do more damage and also attack more times consecutively. What else does it do? Increases the accuracy a bit and increase the attack speed as well as increasing the range. So something interesting about this ability is that you can transform it into a AoE ability of sorts. I need to find a mob. There's not enough mobs here. No, I should have gone to a more crowded area, I suppose. Alright, let's go over there. Alright, so now I'll show it. So holding shift, I can shoot arrows that have a blast effect. As you can see, it does some AoE damage. Alright, so while we're fighting, maybe show another ability. I'll show the dagger slashes. So this is an ability that used to be the main source of getting EP back in previous CBTs, before they allowed player to get EP back from basic attack. You actually had to use the slash or wait for it to regen. So the slash doesn't do much damage at all. You have two different types of attack. You have normal right click, and then you have forward and right click, which does the circular slash, and I think it actually applies a debuff as well. Let's check. Actually, I should have enabled on the key this. Yes. So the dagger slash, yeah, it applies a movement speed debuff of -15 for 5 seconds, and the circular attack applies a -10 attack speed debuff for 10 seconds. One interesting part of it is that you can combine the dagger slash with a wind shard shot. I'll show the skill later, but shift and right click while doing the attack, and you can instantly shoot the shard shot. So this is a nice combo possibility. So the shard shot, this one, shift and right click. So this is a classic ability, I would say. You're able to charge your attack and then unleash it. Similar to the Ranger in Terra, for example, or Archer. I don't remember what was the name of the class actually. Alright, so next we'll go, oh yes, this one. So left click while moving. So this is an ability that allows you to move while shoot at the same time. It uses stamina, and it has one big downside, is that it has a very low accuracy. It's minus accuracy, negative accuracy actually. Minus accuracy, so -8 and -6, -5, so increasing the rank allows you to lower the accuracy penalty. But the stamina cost is also a big deal. So next you have shift and the side, so this is the normal dodge, nothing new. And then this one I'll talk about those skills later. The skills in the S rank I'll skip for now, except for this one. This is a passive, increase movement speed by 10%. And the short explained. Let's go over the kicks. So first the backwards and F. So it's this one, and I think it does a knockdown or something. Oh no, it's a launch attack, so you can launch the target in the air and then follow up with air attack. And that's the only kick. Maybe there was more down. Yeah, there is more. So this is the normal F kick. Upgrading it increases the damage and allows you to kick more times consecutively. And the third kick does a launch attack as well. So you have to upgrade it until you get the third kick. It's at level... at this rank? No, yeah, at this rank you can unlock. And then there was a last kick. This one. Forward and F does a knockback and doesn't do a lot of damage. So the kicks don't do a lot of damage, but their main interesting aspect of it, I'll explain later, it's the combos this class has, which is different from the combos for the other classes. But for now let's go back to the range abilities. So following the charge shot, we go through this one. So I press E and I crouch and shoot. So the interesting aspect of this ability is that it stuns the target. However, the stun doesn't work against players. Also, I believe it gives a very little amount of energy back. Yeah, it gives some EP back, but a very little amount. And it's AoE, so you can hit several mobs. Increasing the ranks allow you to attack several mobs and also increase the damage by a little. And it's supposed to have a cooldown of 12 seconds, but you can use it before the cooldown is over at the cost of lower reduced damage and without the stun effect. But the stun only works against mobs, so... Next, this one, backward and left click. It's nothing special, it just allows you to shoot 2 arrows at the same time instead of one with the basic attack. It gives some energy, and I think it counts as a counter attack. Which one was it? Yeah, counter attack. So, oh, it has a minus accuracy component too, so it's very low accuracy. So I don't really know what's the use of this skill. I haven't seen anything special with it. So next, this one is actually interesting to talk about. So this is the sidestep while shooting, evasive shot, I think it's called. So it uses stamina, but it allows you to move, to do some small sidestep while shooting, which means that you can be very elusive with it. So the stamina is one of the downside, but one of the most important aspects of the skill is that it has a high crit rate. So at level rank 1 it has 55% crit rate, and it has minus accuracy too, I didn't notice that. And then last rank, 100% crit rate and no accuracy penalty. So this is a nice alternative to the normal left click attack. And next we have the evasion blast, so 110% damage. It reduces the movement speed of the target by 25% for 10 seconds, and it does a knockdown that doesn't work against players. So it's this ability that you've probably have seen me using. So something that's not in the description is that while you're doing the evasive move, if you press left click, your target will shoot arrows, and those arrows have a wait, did I say target? Your character will shoot arrows, and it has a down attack component, which means that you can combine your knockdown from the ability, from the blast itself, with the down attack component from the arrows. And I don't know why it's not mentioned in the description of the skill. I think it's pretty weird. Let's see if I can land it. As you saw, down attack from the arrows I shot after the blast. And let's use the stun ability, which apparently didn't work. Alright, so next, we already covered the kicks. Let's cover this one. So backwards and E. It has several levels of charge, and depending on the level of charge you do more damage. It also applies a bleeding effect, so every 3 seconds minus 10 HP for 27 seconds in total. Also reduces your movement speed by 5% for 10 seconds, and it gives some EP back, which is again the energy used by Ranger for his abilities. It also, against mobs, it has a knockback effect, so it probably doesn't work against players. So it's this skill. These skills tend to glitch a bit for people with bad latency, which is my case. As you saw, I glitch a bit when it's over, but for most players, with normal ping, it works without any issue. So again, you stand still for a bit while charging, and then you can press left click to shoot. So it does a decent amount of damage, I would say. However, you are pretty vulnerable while you're charging. Stun, and then fell back and charge. Enchant stones for the gloves. Now let's see. Okay, so Q, this is a knockdown. Oh, actually let me check the description. So it does 127 times 2 damage, 15 accuracy, crit chance of 35, and it does it down. Oh, it also reduces the target evasion by -6. And does upgrading it increase the crit chance? It does. Also allows you to... No, this is something else actually. Crit chance 80%. And this is a combo you can unlock after you unlocked all the grades, so this is a different skill. 230% damage, and the last attack does 750% damage. That's crazy. Accuracy, not accuracy, sorry, crit rate of 100%. And this is one of the few CC that works against players, so this is nice to mention. It also has a cooldown of 12 seconds, and it uses both energy and stamina to use. So let's actually try it out. I think it's AoE as well, so let's try to make a pack. And knockdown. And then you can follow up with down attack. Actually, the next skill is a down attack, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna cover this skill next. This, and then the next skill is this AoE attack. Shoots arrow all around you. So let's wait for the cooldowns and at the same time disable this. Alright, so this ability I used, it does close range damage, 35% times 3, accuracy of -2, so again terrible accuracy. It can hit up to 5 targets, but the interesting part of it is that it reduces the range defense by -4. So range defense, which works perfectly, synergizes perfectly with the ranger class, of course, but it doesn't debuff the other types of defense, so there's that. And apparently it also pushes back mobs. It doesn't work against players, but against mobs it does a pushback, which on the clip it looks more like a knockdown for some reason. Let's try again on a mob, if I can find one, like this one. Well, he died. Damn. Well, I don't notice the knockback, nor... oh, maybe it's disabled due to the cooldown. So again, this is one of those skills that you can use before the cooldown is over for decreased effects. So let's see. Oh, I don't really notice. Is it because of the low accuracy chance? It could be. And my phone is ringing. That's awful. I'm gonna pause for a second. Alright, so time to go over the last, the last skill, active skill. So this is one of the main damage source of the ranger. So this is used only through a hotkey. So I have it on my second hotkey here. It does 500% damage, accuracy of +5, 50% crit chance. Against the mobs it does a knockback, and it's a down smash. So if you use it after knocking down some mobs, it will I believe it doesn't do increased damage, but it increases the duration of the knockdown while blasting them away. Cooldown of 8 seconds, and it also uses both energy and 400 stamina. It's pretty crazy. I think it actually missed. It didn't seem to do that much damage. I expected more. Oh, never mind, it doesn't. So as you saw, it's a pretty big chunk of damage. Alright, next we can go over the passives. So this passive here is pretty straightforward. It increases your EP regen while in combat mode. So when I am in this stance, in the combat stance, I have a higher regen rate. So this was more interesting before, when you had no way of getting energy except for a higher rank in this passive. But nowadays it's not as useful, since you get energy from normal left clicks. And then this one, oh yeah, this one. So this is again an ability that you can only use through a hotkey. And it's a small totem that increases your accuracy by +3 at the first rank. Increases also the accuracy for your teammates, so this is like a party buff, one of the few party buffs in the game. So increasing the ranks allows you to increase the accuracy buff, and also increase the range effect of the totem itself, so you can buff for on a wider range. Alright, so with all those abilities listed, oh wait, did I forget something? Oh, but I don't have those, so those are higher levels, so I'll skip for now. But now I want to talk about one of the core mechanics of the class, which is the combo system. So the combo system for the Ranger is very different from other classes. It's not freeform. Instead, you can unlock those skills that you can see here on the other tab. So those allow you to combine two skills together for a special effect. So let's see one I have unlocked. So this one, I need the wind charge shot level 1 and the evasion shot level 1, and I can combine both of them. So I can do this, instantly charge the shot. So it's a mix of this ability with wait, let me get some energy, because I can't use it now. So it's a mix of the ability I just used, this one, with this one. And it allows me to use both of them at the same time without having the need to charge. Like this. Let's do it again. And it works the same way for the other ones, so let's see which one I have unlocked. So this one is just a combo for the charge shot, which allows you to charge and then move like this while holding the charge. I think I had more. Alright, so this one is a mix of this with a normal kick. So I can go here, I kick, and then I press the wrong key apparently. No, don't kill me. Shift left click after the kick. There we go. So this is one of the core mechanics of the Ranger. You can take two skills, unlock an upgrade to use both of them together, usually at for a greater benefit. So in the case of the kick, as you saw, it sort of cancelled the animation that I would have if I just used the skill alone. Oh, wow, what was that? So if I just use the skill alone, it has a recoil. However, if I just combo it instead, the recoil is lessened and the animation is faster. So it usually has some kind of benefits. Like this one, I can shoot the charge shot while moving on the side. There is a lot more combos like that that you can unlock. And so it's different from the warrior or the sorcerer, where you just combine stuff on your own. So this is nice, since the ranger for the most part is very straightforward. It doesn't have a lot of difficult moves to pull off. I think it's an easy class to pick up for people who are starting to play. There's not too many complex mechanics to it. However, one of the main problems with the class is your stamina management, since everything you do uses either stamina or energy or both. It's a class that's more reliant on the stamina than the energy, I would say. Since you need stamina to attack most of the time, and also for defensive purposes. Actually missed that. And I think that concludes it. So this is my overview of the class. I'll try to reach level 50, maybe talk about some higher level skills, but this is it for the most part. So this is a class with very high damage, I would say, very high damage potential, and very reliant on the stamina. It's also very squishy, so if you get hit once, you kind of lose a lot of HP. The defense is not high at all, and it also lacks some defensive passives, I would say. You don't have defense passives or evasion passives like some other classes do, so it's really squishy. And it doesn't have that many strong dodge or mobility skill, I would say. Sure, they don't have cooldowns, but you have mostly this one, and then this one, and then the blast, which uses like a big chunk of energy. But since all of those use stamina, and you need stamina for other abilities, your mobility is not as great as, I don't know, maybe the sorcerer or even the warrior. So it's a class that I was considered as squishy and very that it dies very quick. But it's a glass cannon, basically. It does an incredible amount of damage at the cost of being very easy to kill, or easy to die, quick to die. But yeah, I think that's it. Next I'll try to do maybe the giant, hopefully. But once again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and see you next time.